Hi, I'm Nick from SquareKicker. In this tutorial, you'll learn how to transfer website ownership using SquareKicker's transfer feature. Whether you're a designer handing off a completed project to your client, or a client taking ownership of your website, this process makes it simple and secure. We're going to cover how to transfer ownership as the current website owner, how to accept and receive a transfer website, how to request ownership of a website, and finally, managing subscriptions during the transfer process. Any of these steps only takes a few clicks. Let's jump in and see how easy website handoffs can be with SquareKicker. Before we start, it's important to understand that Squarespace and SquareKicker have separate ownership systems. In Squarespace, you might be the admin or the owner with permissions to edit the site, but in SquareKicker, the website owner is the person who manages the SquareKicker subscription for that site. This transfer feature allows you to move that SquareKicker ownership from one account to another, making client handoffs smooth and professional. First, open your SquareKicker dashboard. You'll see all the connected websites here. Locate the website you want to transfer and click on the three dots menu to the right of that website and select Transfer. Then Transfer Ownership. A pop-up will appear asking for your client's information. Enter their name and email address. They don't have to have a SquareKicker account at this stage. They can create one when they receive the transfer invitation. Click Transfer Ownership to send the invitation. Once sent, you can track the transfer status from the same menu. If your client doesn't receive the email, simply click Resend Transfer Email. If you need to cancel the transfer, perhaps you enter the wrong email address, click Cancel Transfer. This will revoke the original invitation and you can start the process again with the correct email. When your client accepts the transfer, you'll receive an email confirmation, and that's it. The website has been successfully transferred and you'll be ready to move on to your next project. Let's take a look at how this process will work for your client. Whether the client has requested ownership or you have initiated the transfer, here's how the transfer is completed.
Hi, I'm the client taking ownership of my website. I've just received a transfer invitation email from my designer. I'll open it and click the Accept Transfer button. This takes me to the SquareKicker dashboard. Since I don't have an account yet, I'll create one now. If I was already logged in, I would go straight to the next step. Now I can review the transfer details in this pop-up. Everything looks good, so I'll click Accept Transfer.
The client will see a success message confirming the website is now in their SquareKicker account. Let's take a moment to talk about subscriptions. At this point, the website doesn't have an active subscription. This means existing SquareKicker customizations will remain live on the site, but the client won't be able to make new changes until they add a subscription. Your client has two options: add a subscription immediately or close the pop-up and add one later when they're ready to make customizations. To add a subscription, they can create a new solo or professional plan, add the site to an existing professional plan, or add it to an existing solo plan without a website assigned. Once the subscription is active, the SquareKicker extension will be fully available, and they can continue customizing their site. One important note: websites cannot be transferred to free trials. They'll need an active paid subscription to continue using the tools. So we've had a look at how a designer can transfer a website to their client and how the client can receive it. So easy! So let's look at one more option in the transfer feature. This is the process for requesting ownership of a site. If you want to take ownership of a website that's currently in someone else's SquareKicker account, you can request it directly from your dashboard. This request essentially triggers the process we've just walked through. To request ownership, you'll need to be an admin or an owner on the Squarespace website, and you'll need an active SquareKicker subscription. Let's see how our client does this.
I want to request my website. Here's how I'll begin the connection process. For a solo subscription, I'll click Connect, then Connect with Squarespace. For a professional plan, click Add Website, select your plan, then connect with Squarespace. Now, I'm in the Squarespace site selector. I'm going to choose the website I want to connect. Here's the pop-up message saying, website not connected. From here, I'm going to click Request Ownership. My website designer has instantly received this request as an email. Now, all I have to do is wait for them to hit Approve, and then I'll get a transfer email as we talked about above.
As you can see, the transfer feature is simple but powerful. It enables clients to ask for ownership of their websites and designers to hand off websites quickly and easily. And that's everything you need to know about transferring website ownership with SquareKicker. You can now transfer a website to a client, request ownership of a website, and accept transfers. If you need help with the transfer process, our support team is here to assist you. But we think we made it pretty simple and that you'll be able to get on to your next design project without too much admin. So thanks for watching. We can't wait to see what you create with SquareKicker.